Is Tasari joining us today?
I believe they canceled when I looked because I got a notification. So they might be busy with work and or still sick. So I'm gonna say no because it does show that they're skipping this one.
Okay.
Welcome to pop in if it occurs. I had a little minutes. That's kind of cool. Never had that before. Do you guys need any reclarities before I give a minor recap? Is there any like burning questions in your brains that need to be answered and or clarified that you might have thought of?
No, actually, I just remembered.
Yeah, I remember being murdered
Notes.
by a worm. That's what I remember.
I don't think you were murdered.
haven't.
You were swallowed.
Soon to be murdered. Process being murdered.
Digestive on track. Yes.
Your dragon is for sure digested, but you're fine. Is I think you're underneath the toad.
He can't be digested. He just pops out of existence. I'm picking up a lot from your mic there.
Same.
Yeah, no, it's
Alright, cool. I think that fixed it.
Yeah.
I think it was just a little. Oh, good.
This thing could be capable of eating summons. I don't know. It's eaten us before.
Yeah.
Who could have done such a thing to my creation? I bet it was you, Is.
No, there's no lasers on it. Couldn't have been me.
We don't know that it has
is a big deal.
lasers yet.
True.
I have certain
True.
patterns. Let's say my pattern.
So, it certainly couldn't have been your neglect.
Of course not.
Of course
Shio's
not.
cause is not the cause.
I mean,
This
it
is
was
not my
Shio's
original.
creation.
Someone else just mutated it horribly, and
I mean, if you would have taken care of your creation, it wouldn't be here.
maybe
True.
if I could stay in the
Exactly.
same plane for once, Is, and not be randomly teleported along the planescapes.
That's
I
not
could
an
take care of
excuse.
things. I mean, imagine what happened to the plane we left that sentient bush in. It's probably taken over.
I think that was
Maybe
in.
if you
Good.
maybe if you didn't experiment to the extreme that you do, this wouldn't have happened.
Now, these are alternate versions of me. I can't be blamed for them. Yet. Not until I
you blame
ascend.
me for everything.
Yeah, but it's easier to blame you because we have a written book of your war crimes.
Just because I am
There's
very
so
low.
much truth. So mean. So, you guys ventured up to the cusp of the Froggymoth. As you did, you made the decision that a 16% chance was much less desirable than your guys' 32 or 33 odd chance of going through the tunnels that Is managed to locate due to his innate druidness. However, it became very clear that whatever was down here was a successful ish experiment. As you guys realize that beneath here, you find encompassing the current zone to unfortunately be a giant purple worm. How it got here is very little to the imagination. What it's doing here is assaulting and harming a lot of you. I believe 2 frogs have been consumed at this time. And the rest of you guys are fleeting backwards. Is it Seg and it's the Pirate Buddies for life inside together with the Gold Dragon?
It would, yeah, and the hilarious gallstone.
And the hilarious gallstone, that's right. The inside, that is, as the last message was, a 30-second, oh, what a shock, who could have seen this coming? Dispute spatted toward Web and Ally. Beautifully done.
Yeah, I cannot wait to bring this to Shio.
As you get desirable and excited with such feelings, you are still inside being digested. At the start of your guys' turns, you will be initially taking damage, and then you guys can go about trying to fight your way out if that becomes an option for you then. We began the 3rd round with Gaston. Shio then is, but I believe all we've got going on right now is Wings of Flying, Shio has cause fear concentrated. Not sure why.
I
Go
cast it
ahead.
on the creature
Oh, and you
and it
failed.
didn't work.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Good job. Nice. And is we have you presently holding on to your concentration with the gold dragon still inside. You do telepathically communicate with it, but you cannot see through it, correct?
No, I don't think I can see through it. Is it still up? I thought it went down.
no,
Let's
it
check
was
its HP
almost
pool.
down.
It's
It
at
has
10
like one
HP.
round.
Yeah, there was a rebuttal on the amount of damage that it had taken due to it doubling toward the end there. Because I
Okay, it
killed it,
doesn't come
and
back
then we
around.
were like, it's not possible. So it's at 10. Wonderful. Let
It's down either
me
way.
see who here can recall what was this here, this shatter effect that someone did. Was it like was that one of the pirate people doing a rupture?
No, that was me.
Tomo Leviathan? No, what did you do?
Something Earth. I blew it up.
It's just difficult terrain at this time, correct? Otherwise,
Yeah.
there's no current constant. Understood.
If I can
Beautiful.
get my character up.
Yes, sir, Gaston.
I am currently I'm currently resistant to all types of damage,
All types.
and my Cloak of Shadows is up.
Yeah.
Sorry, all types except. Not even. Am I resistant to? Not resistant to something? Let me see. Where is it?
Would it be force by chance? I know that one's usually skipped.
And you are resistance to all damage types except force.
That's what I thought. Beautiful. Awesome. Okie dokie. So with that, we began opening up with you. You find yourself in the middle of the first entry hall where the great worm appeared across from where you see this blade in which Seg summoned, or Scythe, I apologize. It did not go much further than the immediate debris, though you are understanding that it is traveling south at this immediate time. You hear the rumbling coming from both south passages beneath you. You imagine that they must converge together at some point. What do you choose to do?
I have a question concerning my soul burst charges.
Go for it. What's the question?
When during the turn do I gain those? Do I just gain those at the start of the turn? Because this is the third turn of combat.
You are correct. Ooh, I didn't consider that part because I didn't write it in. Let us do the start. That sounds fun. It's kind of like you've already been in combat for 2 rounds, and now you're kind of getting that tense buildup.
I gained 1 soul burst charge.
1 sec. I got a cool button for that one. Boom. Boop, boop.
Sorry. I had already edited it.
No worries. You got it back. Beautiful. All good.
Okay. So I'm going to move 25 feet.
Okay.
It went this direction, yes.
You hear it down both halls, seemingly converging in a single unit location, though it did not actually go. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, sir. You would understand that it went in both directions in the sense of its initial appearance, but which way it's coming back is unknown.
Are the walls also considered difficult terrain at this time?
That's a great question. Is it just the floor base, or is it an entire domified area in which it would have touched?
Let's look at the spell. I linked it in the chat a second ago.
Beautiful. Yep, that's it. 3 minutes ago. Don't lie about seconds. Come on, you're Iz after all.
Time flies.
Choose a point you can see on the ground within range. A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. That's pretty large. So I'd say it hit the walls. Each creature in there. Additionally, it says additionally the ground, not the walls or the ceiling, become difficult terrain. So I would say no.
Okay, awesome. 35, 40.
Shio, briefly you see Gaston begin to wall mount, and then he dashes out of sight. Sounds like he successfully circumnavigates the obstruction before him.
55, 60.
All right.
I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Okay.
That's 30.
As you get down, you do hear and see brief moment of where the tail end of the giant worm would be. You also see that there seems to be exposed traps in the floor ahead of you, beyond just the glowing crystals. Also, there are two individuals that seem to be emerging from the tunnel here. Can you give me a perception check to see if you can make out their figures?
Of course, of course.
Oof. An 8. I would say that you can make out noises of what sounds to be two separate individuals coming from this hall, but you cannot immediately target them at this immediate time with the tail of the purple worm passing.
Can I tell what their what language they're speaking, if any?
Let me check on one for your character sheet.
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
It sounds like jingles, maybe, if that. It's kind of like a as it fades and gets quiet very swiftly, as they notice that they are no longer the only present individuals of this eruption of creature, and it is not a language you know.
Okay. I'm going to 35, walk on the wall. 40, 45.
As you do that, you see two what off the top do come off as, elvish in nature, but something about their ears seem to be a bit droopier, a bit less verdant or with purpose of importance.
I will climb down onto this wheelbarrow, and I will make a shushing noise, trying to communicate that. I'll make a shushing noise, and then I will point to the trail of where the worm had passed through here, because obviously it's a giant worm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And unfortunately, I guess that will end my turn.
Okay. As you dash ahead of the group, Iz and Shio lose sight of you. As they lose that sight, Iz and Shio, you guys can circumnavigate your turns in any which way.
Should I follow Gast or should I go the other way?
Where are you?
I'm directly across from you.
Oh, you're blended in with the rock. I thought I was alone.
Yeah. That's why the worm didn't get me. I'm so blendy.
That's the truth.
So
Plus-
if the worm leaves, do we win? Is that like its
No.
retreat?
It ate our friends. I should actually go the way Gaston went, because if it's going to eat me, it's going to eat their phylacteries.
I mean, it ate our immortal, unkillable friends, so they'll be fine.
Not if I get eaten and their phylacteries fall into their stomach.
Well, all the more reason to declare it a victory and move on.
I mean, I guess it might kill them just, passively.
Yeah, but they can't really die. They'll get out when it dies from old age.
I know my creations only kept getting bigger and more powerful with age. You know, why include death?
Oh.
Death is so silly.
So you're
Such a-
one of those gods, the lazy kind.
Hey, I create
Any
things that are
futuristic
capable of
projects?
death.
Crazy gods are very important.
I create creatures that don't die of old age, but still die when killed.
Lazy.
It's not lazy, that's more difficult than immortality.
You couldn't even get entropy right.
I got entropy perfectly, you ass. And Shio just flies by.
It's like, I'm over it.
By
Bye.
definition, you didn't!
I still can't see it.
It's not down that tunnel, it's down the next tunnel.
You could have told me that before I moved.
I can't read your mind!
Am I hearing this conversation?
Yeah, they're totally yelling up and down the halls.
I mean, we already
So
made
they-
too much noise.
So by that assertion, Gaston has figured out that the worm is about to go into a giant circle.
One could wonder.
I was hoping I could get Gaston in my sight so I could cast haste, but I think I'll have to cast it on myself so I could be useful this round.
Is there anything
Ooh,
I can do to be useful?
I don't know. It's 3rd level. There it is. Sweet. I'm going to target myself. And then if I upcast haste, can I wait to designate the second person haste is cast on until the end of my turn? Like I cast it initially on myself, hold the second haste, and then go further down and then cast it on Gaston? You are
Wait,
muted.
are you trying to cast? Are you trying to cast?
Whoops.
haste?
Sorry. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm trying to cast haste on Gaston, so 1, we can keep up and avoid the worm, and 2, because monks with haste is like giving a monk crack.
It's a tough one. I would say Go ahead.
As much as I appreciate this, is it haste concentration?
Correct.
It is concentration, so I am trying to stay away from it, so that because I said I would protect the phylacteries while they were consumed.
I mean, technically, you don't have to stay in range once you cast it on them. You just have to keep concentrating on it as long as it's up.
Yeah.
But you can hold an action to cast it on him, but I wouldn't say you could dual cast in any kind of manner of such because you would also gain the point of exhaustion after haste. All the effects of haste would slow you down in the event of wanting to double up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna point out.
Well, we don't get exhaustion; we just get slow for a turn. But I'll accept that Gaston also doesn't want it to.
When the spell ends, well, no, what you get is incapacitated, so that's why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, you're incapacitated.
You would actively knock yourself. Oh wait, you're using legacy, huh?
Yeah.
It could be different. Hold on. Sorry.
I'm pretty
2024.
sure it's the same for.
Did
I'm
they
pretty
make
sure it's
haste worse?
almost the same for. So
Yeah, you
my
drop
understanding
now.
what it is you basically skip your turn.
Yeah, you
Yeah, it's
essentially
kind of
lose
like
your
a.
turn.
Mm-hmm.
After 10 turns, you lose your turn.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the difference is then is originally it says that the target can't move or take actions until its next turn. This one you're incapacitated. It's a big difference because that means you can't actively hold on to any other kind of skills or abilities if you had to be
Okay.
active. Incapacitation would remove any auras and all those kind of things. So casting haste and then it ending is literally a mini nuke for a round. So it's kind of lethal now in a sense if you don't plan it right.
Damn.
Because
They
incapacitated is
nerfed
a worse
haste.
state to be in than just standing there for one turn. Because you wouldn't even know what's going on. You're inactive, no concentration, speechless, and surprised. So it's a lot stacked against you.
Do we still want to do this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that
Does-
since if we're operating on them rules. I don't want to drop.
The fact that you're
You're not
using
living
legacy
dangerously?
haste is actually a boon because it's actually stronger as legacy, from my understanding.
Yeah, legacy condition was just an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. So the disadvantage against it would be huge. If you're going to use legacy, that's fine because it's your character's legacy. But that's why we need it. Just remind me anytime you cast things,
no.
if it's sticking to legacy, because that's a
Actually-
huge difference.
Hold on. Now I need to look up the stupid spell.
Well, I still can't cast it on Gaston, so I think I might wait this round to not cast it. Wait, is haste an action or a bonus action? That's a good question, because if I can...
Action.
It is an action, dang. Ooh, but I can try something else. Where is it? I'm going to Misty Step.
So, Legacy Haste does not say anywhere about being incapacitated.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't happen in legacy version. In legacy version, they just can't take actions or reactions.
Yeah. So it would actually be a good thing if I got hasted on. That's legacy version.
30 feet.
Imagine is did something to the parallels where people who came from the 2024 world only ever got the 2024 edition of the spell.
Please do not do that.
That'd be so messed up.
I wasted that action then. I still can't see Gaston.
No worries. I like it. I like it a lot. What else?
Yeah, no, I dashed. My speed is 60.
I guess I'll... You know what?
Okay,
Yeah,
so I meant to say that you could now, from all that extra movement at the end, you now see the two individual characters that are female in nature, but otherwise you wouldn't know much more about them at this time.
I'll dash 2.
You see
least-
people? How dare
Shio dashes as you hit around the corner. You see hanging on the wall, like I don't know, as Gaston would be described. Gaston, would you be like four-limbing it, or would you be like hanging on with one arm and a foot, kind of like a pirate dangling off of a bastard or something like that?
So I'm basically like both feet are on the back of this wheelbarrow.
Cool. Okay, you got it.
Like I'm in the wheelbarrow.
Are you actively attempting to hide?
No. I'm
Okay,
not from these guys.
Yeah, I just want to know if like
this
Shio would
thing-
have to actively look for you, or if they just see you hiding or sitting in a barrel.
Yeah, no. This thing
Yeah.
can't see, so why would I need to hide from them? I just don't need to make
You should never be overconfident of what these guys have created. Googly eyes? What? So Shio, you get there. Do you exchange anything with Gaston or the two new assumed feminine fatalities?
I'm kind of cautious about anything or anyone inside of this dungeon, so I kind of want to observe them. Like, what's their vibe? Like an insight check or something?
Check. Yeah.
Just trust implicitly. Don't even question it.
I mean, that's kind of what I rolled, is I'm still confused.
To be fair, it is legit to be curious of why they're down here. You know, in a dungeon. In a place.
As you look, something comes off odd. They're not there, or at least one of them isn't.
Oh, they're
Are
there.
you seeing double? Is you no longer hear Shio's banter, which means he ran off ahead like a sore loser he usually happens to be in most of these excursions with you. But alone, knowing that this way is the most immediate way to the threats, you are now in a decision. Is the party considered split because half of it's being eaten and the other half is still alive? Or is it considered split because they went down two different halls?
It knows the truth. We're split 3 ways.
Mm. I'll take a slice of that pie.
Yeah, let's see here. How far do I need to go to maybe see this guy? I'm gonna turn into a hummingbird
Okay.
because they can fly fast. 50 feet.
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Almost turned you into an alligator on accident.
Pow! Dang it, I can't see him.
All just coming up short, huh?
Yeah, it's minorly inconvenient.
Is as you come up around that corner, one sec, why is it not breaking your image? There we go. You still see that Seg's active scythe is present. You see a giant frog at the end of this hall. Sorry, I'll change your token. And then this got messed up. You do see what looks to be another massive pile of debris just past that frog, and it looks like it's still covered and undisturbed.
Huh.
But yes, you imagine it's going to come from this direction.
There's only one thing to do. I need as many creatures as I can summon with this, so 8 free creatures of a 4th or lower. And just scatter them throughout here. And I want them just running around making as much noise as possible, being little nuisances that they are. Maybe
Okay.
something delicious like voles. Delicious little voles.
You got it. Delicious little voles. So.
Testing a theory here.
Creatures reached symbols.
And that'll be it for my turn.
I should have made a chicken.
You can put chicken sound. I mean, we'll know what they are. Delicious.
That's true too. Because it seems bullish in nature. And how many? 8?
I double checking. 8 fake creatures. Yep.
8. You got it. Boom. Wait, one more. Beautiful. All right. You got 8 of these creatures just running around as they are. They filled the room with just this kind of very calm, serene, kind of just relaxed noise as they don't quite know the dangers they're in. So they're not in a panic state just yet.
I'm going to put my hands together and send them the mental image of their coming demise and how much they should panic right now.
Do you command them all to run, in the way, or just a few?
No, I want all of them to make as much noise as possible to run around and be little shits.
As they do, you do give me a perception check.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, not bad.
You actively see that one and this one as they move forward in this general direction get instantly decimated.
Oh, did I see it by what?
The rest are just echoing, and now the times of 6 because 2 of them have been taken out, and the creature hears it. Anything else you wish to do?
I would sigh, but I am a hummingbird.
The hummingbird releases its shoulders briefly, and you flutter at less than a split of a second speed. And this is the slowest hummingbird has ever batted its feathers briefly, or its wings, apologies.
No, that'll be
And
it.
then you pick up speed. Beautiful. Sag, you are split between you and it in initiative from your pirate buddy for life. However, what do you do on your half?
So, what do we do now, buddy? Do we just start taking pop shots at its stomach until it decides to throw us up?
The gallbladder screams out, "Follow and self-pity!"
Yeah, I like the pop shots idea more.
Yeah, let's attack that.
All right.
Actually,
So
it has an
you-
open wound now, right? Because I ripped out its gallstone thing.
Sure, if you call that an open wound, I mean, if anything, it's probably relieved it's with you now.
All right, fair. We'll just fire into the stomach then. Real quick, I am going to hopefully, assuming I have enough spell slots.
I mean, I thought it was going to be quick, so I'm very hopeful too.
Holy weapon.
Oh, got it. That's going to drop your other one, or do you keep both up?
Oh, the
Spiritual weapon. Yeah.
Actually, legacy spiritual weapon is not concentration.
So shoot, I just deleted it because I don't like you. But okay, I brought it back. So
I don't need it either. You can definitely get rid of it.
So you're not going to use it?
No.
Okay. So
I might drop it intentionally just because we're cast it. No, we're just gonna take pop shots at its stomach.
So you don't cast the weapon?
No, we're not gonna spiritual weapon it.
No, but were you going to cast the other one you said? So you're just going to shoot at it.
Holy
Okay.
weapon. Yeah. I'm
Wait,
running
so you
low on
are doing
spell
holy
slots.
weapon? Now I'm super lost on what you're trying to do here.
No. I am not doing holy weapon.
Okay, got it. All
Out
right,
of
we got a
spell.
bunch of no's, which means we're doing none of those things, but you are taking a fire. Oh, damn. That was an 11? Fuck, I thought that was a 1. Nice. You copied those dice, and now it's tricking me. All right. You fire at a 23.
Just straight down its stomach. Out the window.
Like, you mean, like, oh, okay. You said the
I wanna
blubber, now
see-
you're saying straight down. Okay. Yeah, you hear, like, after it breaks your initial horizontal distance of view, you hear... But the worm itself does not react. Go ahead and give me the damage. It's pretty good. It's recorded.
Hold on.
It's necrotic, right?
Yes. No, actually, the Raven is lightning, I think. And then the
Verify
second
that for
25
me.
is the product. Okay.
Just because it can matter against you.
No, I figure I'd be real with you. It's hard to tell because the description says necrotic, but I'm pretty sure when you actually go into the weapon itself, it says XD whatever lightning damage. Check it.
Let's see here. Details. Oh, it does. It says lightning for some reason. Necrotic. Let's fix that. Cool. All right. 25 necrotic plus an additional 25 with your 48.
Yep.
And the 48 is applied from...
Pull up the feat. It's the where is it? Divine Strike.
Is Divine Strike on melee?
Any weapon attack. But it is actually only 2d8. The other 2d8 comes from Holy Weapon. I will reroll.
Didn't cast Holy Weapon, so you only get 2d8.
Yes, which
Got
is
it.
7.
Oof.
And I'll take the lower roll.
Is a much better number. I like it. 7 over 25 any day. Not bad though. You still do 32 points of damage as you blast through it. You're not quite sure exactly how much damage you actually did to it or the previous debris in which it had swallowed, like the mini maestro in which was previously introduced to you all. As you hold the gallbladder, the gallstone, you hear, "That was great!"
From the gallstone?
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh, well then, if you liked that, you'll love this. You'll love the sequel.
How many more stacks do you have on that? Like, to go? Or is it just 2?
Well, I have permanent haste. So it's just both my actions.
So how many is it going to be? You want to just stack them all?
Oh, just the 2.
Additional 24.
With...
And you're shooting in the same direction?
Yep. If we're still here next turn, we'll shoot the teeth.
66 points of damage, correct?
Yep.
Wonderful. You fire it for the second time. Strike!
It's the 6 points of damage.
Wep, you hear your pirate buddy get a strike. You don't know what he hit that could announce such a thing that was not the worm itself, but there's definitely plenty of things down that hall if you all were to get curious enough to venture further within this creature. Or you hold your rounds at this time. Seg, the amount of damage you have caused was significant, but not significant in your area to assist you at this time.
Damn.
Down there, though, someone might be getting out. I don't know. But I'd say at this time, the immediate effects in which you would be feeling probably would have been better if you just shot at the opening that you had pulled the goldstone out of. Anything else you wish to do, bonus action wise?
Oh, no. I guess I can take a nap. Joking, but
Okay.
no, yeah, I'm good.
Perfect. Do you want to roll me a D100?
Sure.
Web, can you give me an Arcana check?
God, what did I hit?
Oof, wet. You feel a rumble in the tummy further below. Seg, you go ahead and draw the magnificent. Give me a second to tell you what happens next. Gaston and Shio, can you guys give me Arcana checks from the outside? You see some kind of glow happen just probably about 15 feet from where the base tail of the stinger would be. And it's happening on the inside, like a massive glow stick went off and is giving kind of like a beacon of here I am, of a warning. And then you see it from inside, like a flashlight traveling through an esophagus, popping out from the front end. Eventually, you'd imagine, if you guys had a perfect radar sense of where your allies are, it's going to run into them next. And with that, you, good sirs, that are pirate bros for life, must give me a either your choice, athletics and or acrobatics check, only one or the other. You guys may each make your own. If you guys choose the same thing, you both get advantage.
I can't move. I'm frozen in an ice cube.
That's not my problem.
Oh, what I mean. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm gonna acrobat.
I mean, up to you how you figure that out with your pirate bro, but that's between you two and the predicament you placed yourselves in.
Whatever you want, bro, because I'm a fucking ice cube.
Athletics
have the
then.
strength, right? Okay.
You got it.
You guys lock arms together, and as you do, that's an 11 still. Man, that 11 looks a lot like a 1. I don't know about them dice, Shio. All right. Well, Wep, he's an ice cube, so it works out perfectly as Seg scoops the hands. And at first, it's kind of like a small glide as it's hitting like this rough surface. And then as it reaches into the bile, there's a small little sizzle. And then it gets a lot lighter for you as you swing the two of you around. Wep, there is this massive torrent of just force that's just coming down the little like the different what would you call it, like the vacuum accordion tube, as it hits each little wave break and amplifies further. It first hits the base of your feet, immediately breaking the ice in which was upon you, freeing your legs, and then you feel the vibrations force through your body, causing a fair amount of damage. Seg, you do take half of the same amount of damage, but because you kind of buffered it with you flying in the air in your wingspan, being able to probably take the brunt of it in its state, and with your amazing superpowers of the two of you, you guys also have resistance to force, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, then you take a quarter, Web takes half. Let us get to it. That was a good little
As long as
roll
it's
you
not
did there.
more than 129, we're good. Perfect.
Web, wouldn't that take you out? You have like no HP.
No, I have 120 temp from being an ice cube.
Oh, but it broke. Oh no, you casted it on yourself. Right? It's like a yeah. Okay, I forgot your immunity deal.
The whole fucking point of it. Don't tell me it broke.
Yeah. Seg, you lose 20. So that puts you at 40. You're still doing all right. Nice, nice. And Wep, you're hanging on just fine. With that, it is now its turn. And it is going to a perception check with its tremor sense. Where is my perception check? Oh, I'm sorry. But not great. At a 12. With that 12, the creature does not worry about what's behind it. It moves forward. As it does, it opens its mouth. Eating 3 volves, and then that entire quick chomp of entry. The other volve gets knocked against the wall. Like a little squishy toy. Sad and sadder. 3 volves fly past the pirate buddies. Is were you flying? Oh yeah, you're flying your hummingbird. Goddamn it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm
You
always floating or
see-
flying now anyway, so.
and you keep your intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Give me a intelligence check.
You know how these go for me. Uh,
Ooh, yep. That's how they go for you. The worm's acting like a worm. Oh yeah. It goes into its hole.
Still ate half my critters, which
What?
means I win.
You sir need to roll me a. Actually, let's see. Is it instant damage or is it rolling first? Well, let me pop this back in so I can open this. And it's supposed to happen. Yes, we're still. This little code outside takes on at the start of each of its turn. You take 66 damage. Get that to you. Are you resistant to acid? Web, you're muted.
Oh, no, I am not.
Yeah, no, just poison. Acid is a
You
level
take
3, I think.
27 points, which you're still good by the ice. Actually, you two, Seg, would take the 27. Wep, you see your buddy Seg here not looking too hot, but when does he ever, as he's been dead for a long time now. The creature itself is going to make a con save. For 27. It is then going to continue its course. The ground beneath you guys rumbles. What? You are still inside. You have already took your initial potential damage from just being within the bile itself. Good job, Seg.
Well, we're gonna heal for sure.
Dun-dun-dun. That's 12 points.
We're gonna use guidance. Wait. Never mind, just kidding. That's not a bonus action.
Take you back, okay? Two. As Seg is dying, you heal yourself.
Pretty much.
Shield, your philanthropies glow. Both of them. They blink and flicker with little fireflies inside struggling to keep on to their light.
Oh, I think they're dying, guys. Oh wait, isn't here, and I don't think Gaston's listening to me. Or I don't think he knows I'm here.
Well, you said it aloud.
Oh, I know you're here.
You only
Okay.
yelled your whole way there. What else, Wet?
We are. Doesn't say if it's a bonus action or an action. A bonus action, awesome. We're gonna pull Seg as much as I possibly can away from the acid, which I assume is like 15, right? Half my movement.
Yeah.
So 15.
Well, you weren't. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yes.
So 15 feet up, we're gonna drag him, and then we're gonna use this and try not to get hit with acid again and again.
Okay. Hmm. So you're doing the phase shift part, or the dimensional
And
tear?
if I do the tear, will it tear him apart from the inside?
Hmm. I'd say you could create the tear inside him. I wouldn't say it would necessarily tear him apart because he'd be the physical surface you were casting it upon, and they are large enough to body such a thing.
The physical thing that I put it on is the rock building I made.
That's totally different. That would change a lot of things.
We're gonna try that out.
I love the sound of this. Shield, they flicker more violently.
I think they're dying. I don't know what to do, and I know to stay away from the worm now.
So what?
I'm-
This is the end.
You begin
Yeah, we should let
chanting
them.
to your pirate bro. And as you do, you create this massive just first it's kind of like a ender portal. It's just an outline. And then how do you go about activating it with your own flare on such?
Finger guns.
Seg, this is impressive. As you see him pull a new trick altogether out of the box and just immediately, both of you guys need to make a Constitution saving throw. Dun, 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 dun.
You guys are in danger.
Oh my god. Oh, I got an 11 on the high, so that worked out, but that one would have killed. I need 4d10 from you.
Lucky.
Okay, I still need 4d10.
You know what? I'm
when
gonna
you get
lucky
to it.
that. Bro.
Okay, you guys both lucky it as you see
Oh,
your
God, what's
life
that on
end.
your thing?
This is the final page of your comic book, and there is no synopsis on what happens next.
Wow.
Okay, they really
Oh,
are in
God.
this together.
You know, you're not supposed to give up, right?
Just because you can come back doesn't mean we want you to have to.
I know, right? You're really
At
putting
least
this in
they're
more.
resistant.
It's fine. They're liches.
You guys
Yeah, we still
see?
feel bad, though.
Well, you guys don't see shit.
No, we
Everyone,
don't.
give me a nature check or survival. Let's make it survival. Sounds more fitting.
Oh, good. I'm better at survival than nature.
Can I do
Who?
nature? I actually do have better nature.
That's fine. You can do nature.
That's a 20.
I don't know what I just did.
Although it's dirty. Been on the ground for a little bit. In an alleyway.
Who's rolling
You're
survival?
by a GameStop for some reason.
Well, not them, not you guys. Just Gaston, Chio, and his. Shio, you're distracted as you're looking at the philanthropies, and they begin going haywire, like broken compasses. They're on, they're off. They're on, they're off. They weigh heavy, they weigh light. You feel a surge, you feel one weaker. It's as if they're experiencing multiple outcomes all at once. While you're distracted by that, Gaston, you feel a rumble down the corridor in which you now also only see one of these individual creatures or humanoids. Down here, you hear a massive kind of that kind of echoes down the hall a bit, but you cannot see anything beyond that initial noise. Actually, closely just about there, which would be just short of what would be visual. And then is from where you are, you actually do see as debris flies from the brief, very small ceiling opening that now extends a bit more as the great worm just kind of throws its body into it, almost misdirected briefly as if something had disrupted it. And then you see it just kind of and then continue a brief little trail of movement just forward in its initial just judderness of such effect of that is taking over. Something is wrong on the inside. You feel a massive presence of disruption. There is something here that does not belong, and it almost feels super, super far away. It'll come to you in the next round naturally. You will then know it is the feelings of the far room, a place in which they witness in the movie, what was it? Inside Out, where they go through the defragmentation room. Our dear friends Shio, not Shio, I wanted to take you with them. Our dear friends Seg and Wep. As if you had jumped through one of the hollow trees in the nightmare before Christmas, you begin to fall in a free sense. There is no echo if either of you attempt to make noise. You feel just a full existence of life before you, flashing before you could even comprehend, as you begin to feel almost like a dud or literally just a spud. Your body stutter in and out of existence, phasing like half-finished thoughts. Your minds arrive before any physical existence comes back to you. I need both of you guys to give me intelligence saving throws.
Oh god.
I have a question concerning this dimensional terribility.
What's the question, Gaston?
There's no time limit listed.
It's tied to him. It's his Dalkir. It's his Dalkir ability, so it's tied to his physical embodiment. So I'll get to what happens next. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so is there just this massive gaping dimensional?
We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot that can happen still. This is his first time ever using it, so he sure chose a time to do really, really poorly with it. Well, you retain your entire sense of self, even as you feel like you're being watched from the inside within your own skull. Another you, like a mini Wep, kind of like the mini Buzz Lightyear. You have your own tiny action figure self inside your head. You do not immediately sense Seg, as you're briefly confused with your own kind of self-awareness internally. For Seg, I need you to roll me a d10. You, good Sir Seg, in your own RP sense for the next half hour, have short-term madness, along with any thoughts you procure.
Have short-term what?
Short-term madness.
Oh, madness. Hell yeah.
So normal.
There is no terrain, as you guys have yet to come to land. Instead, there are skies that are below you, filled with spiraling eyes that blink out of sync, giving a sense of dementia and confusion, perhaps even other effects if it were a truly visual thing. Landscapes that seem to be giving off its own pulsing and inhaling, as if it's exhaling through pores of reality. Every single instance or push that sways your entangled bodies of massive thoughts and experiences leave you each as if you were being forced around by that of a jacuzzi jet underneath the water surface. Though you guys do not have to breathe, you feel as if you were suffocating in a sense of lack of speech. Not even Balasiera can reach the two of you. You feel each other's minds flicker and fade as if a bad jumper cable just wasn't firing enough jolts to the system. Your telepathic communications only meet with confusion and entangled thoughts of madness further. This realm is not meant for you. It rejects your very presence, like a body rejecting a foreign virus. Both of you guys roll me a d6. Oh, I love this inside. What? D6. For you, Seg, I will be reaching out to you, but you have a permanent effect over your person, no matter where you exist in the parallels. Even other versions of you now have this unfortunate curse casted upon them. Anytime Seg speaks too loudly, they will cast a random spell. Web, you are a pirate bro for life. If he speaks too loud, you speak too loud. Anytime either of you speak too loudly and is deemed too loud by either myself and or the party or the scene that is before you, you guys cast random spells.
Like random spells from our repertoire?
Yeah.
Ah, that response was a little bit too loud.
So yes, basically there will be decibel cubes, that I will have monikered now in sessions based off of your guys' behaviors or reactions or what you guys do. The two of you will trigger off this unfortunate madness. There were many other options, but you guys both rolled 6, so can't get too creative after that. But I love that for you guys because it's a great way of expending your guys' most powerful source. We'll get back to you guys once we find out what's happening on the non-far side of the world. Yes, Don. You get this gut feeling that there's an invasion happening yet again in this exact existence, and now you are actually officially a part of the moment in which this could occur. Was this the origin of it all? Is this where the Phyrexians come from? Or did they cause something more? Also, who is this in front of you? What do you do?
So if I am getting this correctly,
Yeah.
I'm sensing something very wrong coming from Purple Worm.
In the entire atmosphere.
Shio, what did you do?
Great direction of question. Shio, you are allowed to respond to this.
I think it was the liches. I mean, their phylacteries are going haywire. I imagine that means they're not dead.
Gaston, as you look at Shio as he's holding and dangling the phylacteries in front of you as if he was holding two little shrunken heads before you, you see that he himself is also glowing in a ungodly-like nature. And I don't mean that in a way that he doesn't shine and look, powerful. It just looks like the energy itself is not his. It's almost as if him holding those, he is experiencing whatever boons and banes that they would provide. But because they're all happening simultaneously, Shio has yet come on notice of the effects.
Shio, drop the phylacteries now.
Ooh,
They're affecting you.
Spell pocket. I'll use that ability I learned at the beginning to put their phylacteries in subspace pockets.
Is your secretariat appears right next to you in the middle of this cavern. It's just like scratching at documentations of parallels going awry. the moment Shio does that. But that's been unbeknownst to you at this time. You just see a whole new record of issues occurring on a new set of timelines. Shio, you feel immediately better, kind of like Frodo or Bilbo, who hold the ring a little too long. As you tuck it away, you feel this kind of a little exhaustion overbearing you, but because you have 2, you take 2 points. So you're now at 2 points of exhaustion, sir.
Oh, those assholes died and tried to drain my energy. I'll put myself at 2. Here we go.
Gaston, Shio looks almost as if he had lost some weight in the entire process of these 6 seconds.
Yeah. I have a question concerning
Yes, sir.
my recovery limit rate. Can I use that on other people or only myself?
Did I word it in any form of touch? Let me check.
You
If
just
it's a
said
touch, then
you heal up to 3d12.
yeah, then it'd be
Up to
yourself.
5.
Yeah, it'd be you yourself.
Okay.
But you will unlock other abilities in the future. These are just the innate 2 that you earned.
I
Going,
just basically have second wind and a very precise version of Final Heaven.
Okay.
Gaston is going to get on the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he doesn't see the worm yet? 5, 6, 7.
You see these weird creatures. This one right here that kind of hit the wall and is like dangling there. It's kind of like non-lethal in any way. However, you do see another one of these individuals standing here, almost as if they are standing their own grounds. As you look and size them up now, that it's piquing an interest that this is the second or third, depending on how you look at it. You notice that there's something around its curvatured stance, as if it had some kind of bad example here, as if it had a salted circle or semicircle from wall to wall, bordering it.
That's 10. I still don't see the worm, do I?
No, you actually don't see any of your allies.
It's where are you?
I don't
You are
know
free
what sound a hummingbird makes.
You could move though. You guys are all sharing initiative, so you could move into
Oh,
view
we are?
if you wanted to see if you can. Yeah, you guys are lined up.
Apparently not.
Are we out of are we out of combat or something?
No,
Oh.
it's just you guys each share initiative, so I can move you if you want. Sorry, I wasn't sure if it would block
No
you.
worries.
You see a hummingbird, as you say, it's where you see a hummingbird immediately kind of pop out into the room and kind of look around as if attentive, but less able to communicate. Can you communicate telepathically?
Telepathically, no, I don't believe so. At least not to them.
You're literally just a hummingbird. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
I will fly down here, but I can't.
We have a Flint and Pocahontas scenario. Well, you would know it didn't go that way. You knew it was this way.
Oh, did I hear the voice come from that way?
No, you saw it. From here, you actually had the vantage point all the way down here.
Oh, yeah, I
when
know
it
the
emerged.
monster was here. I thought I heard Gaston.
Yeah, he's right here.
I'm right here.
How are you living in the walls?
Because they don't want to die.
I look at him, and then I'm going to judge him for a second. No, I don't think he's the one that broke the realities. Who's the guilty party?
Gaston is gonna drop to the ground.
As you do, boom. I'm just kidding.
No, he's going to walk back onto the ground.
Got it.
I'll transform back into me and float there. What are you doing?
Trying to avoid tremors as he is going to Go over here.
Did you break reality? Or
No.
realities?
Yeah, I'm dashing, by the way.
Okay.
I can hear my
So-
secretary yelling all the way from here.
It's
The
just-
Liches did it.
Angry. You what?
That
Sorry.
means
I think
feel-
it was them.
who?
The Liches. Oh
What'd
gosh.
they
I can't-
do?
No,
They just got
will
8.
move
I don't know what they did, but their
over
phylacteries
to-
tried to drain me.
He will move over
I'm so
to
tired
here,
is.
and then he will. What is this?
Is can answer that.
Oh, what was that? Huh? I didn't see what he was pointing.
This.
Balls.
Oh, my voles? What's wrong with my voles? It was my clever plan. I figured if they make a noise, I assume they're still dancing around and stuff. The thing will come and eat them instead of me, and it worked.
Cow level and Diablo.
I still have 20. Sorry, I still have like 10.
Yeah, you would see the back of the worm here now, by the way, Gaston.
Oh, stay away from. I point to the lady, to my. I guess that's my left. She ate my voles. I assume she's hostile.
She looks at you and just stares at you. She doesn't even make a noise, but she has her mouth open. You see like a few sharpened teeth, but not like actual fangs. It's very disorganized. Like there's 3 in a row on the right, and then there's like one random one on the bottom left. And they're just staring at you. They actually look as if they'd be hissing, but you can't seem to hear any of it.
Whoa, settle down. I was just saying you're dangerous. It wasn't an insult. I point over and I'm like, I don't even.
You said the word hostile. I'm going to.
Well, no, they eat voles. Just don't get close. You look like a vole, a bigger one.
Gee, thanks. I'm going to. I'm going to. Just shadow warp over to here.
As you do that, there's a fire and a camp happening ahead. There seem to be 2 armed guard-like individuals, and they were addressing someone else. Yeah, so when that up, they stop as you also see yet another of these female-like owlfish characters. This one seems to have its back to you, and it's looking south of it.
Oh! I should probably warn you about the warp thing going on. The fractaling of space-time. I point to the room that he just went past. In there, the worm was traveling through stuff.
I think. By the way, I think Sig and Weps have died.
Ugh. Great. I'm gonna have to bring him back.
They're liches. They'll just come back in a bit, most likely.
They're excuses. The excuses.
Ask Shio.
Where is Shio?
That's my
I'm
turn.
here. Oh god. Why did it have to be stairs?
What?
Those damn liches tried to suck out my energy, probably in death throes. Hold on, I needed a minute. This is as far as I can go right now.
So,
This is an even longer 6 seconds than last session.
that's totally fine. Was there any actions you wish to take? Gaston, you weren't taking any immediate lethal actions against anything, right? You were just moving and positioning?
No, I am trying to. So I am trying to, when it comes to these potentially Fey entities, be as neutral as possible.
Okay, you got it. With that, is anything from you?
No, I'm just gonna move that full 30 feet so I transform back to this form. There's nothing to blow up, but I'm gonna send my, let's say, the Vole here. I'm gonna tell him to go into here. I'm gonna study the effects it has as it transits.
goes, it begins to flicker and glitch like the Matrix.
Wow,
Guess
it's like it's
DNA.
transitioning into higher space times.
It's like you're flicking the channel on one of those old analogs, and every tick gave a new you of generalization, I guess one could say. Excuse me.
It's not screaming in pain, so I assume it's not lethal.
It does not. Absolutely not. Seg. Wep. Both of you guys. As you guys float through and bring yourselves to some kind of, one can say, embodiment. What would the two pirate buddies share briefly? If you guys had like a moment of like toss you in the corner of the cell, we're gonna be back for you in 6 seconds. What would you two share with each other before the next round of punishment came?
I know
Did
we're
you just
dying.
open
I know we're dying. I know I've been dropping the ball, but I got one more trick.
Dude, did you just open an evil interdimensional rift in that thing's stomach?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
No, Web. That was an incredible idea. Oh my god, that was rad.
To
Have you ever been
finish
turned down by an
eating-
entire plane before?
expression of your excitement with each other. There is something that notices you. It's vast. It's so large that it cannot even be seen in which way you stand. In fact, it looks at you both not as creatures, but as concepts to be rewritten. You both see a massive swarm of completely pitch black, yet still visual of the outlining, like silver markings of what would be a full hand with knuckles and a thumb. And they all kind of hurt like a school of fish. As they do that, they create the organ like an organic like depiction of a face. And it begins to have this screaming gesture. As it does, you hear these organs rip out toward you, to both of you. Though you guys cannot see each other, you feel each other, you know each other, exist in the same existence. However, both of you guys each have a memory changed. As you feel this organ scream come over the two of you, you guys begin to feel this kind of crawling, vibrational like shift upon each of you. First, it feels like a spider. Then it feels like that of a small child climbing on top of you as its appendages grab and leech onto you. As they release, the next thing is to put their grasp are like these tentacle-like aspects without any suctions, but vinish in nature. And then you hear something. Both of you guys in the back of your ears. Seg, in your own voice, you hear, "Oh, buddy, I always knew I'd have to do this to myself one day." Web, you hear yourself, hand on your shoulder and leaning in almost in a kind of snarky manner. "Well, pal, I won't say you're the smartest in this scenario, but you definitely got the farthest." Yep, right as the two of you are about to experience this event. T100s, you're both muted.
If we just ignore him, he can't kill us.
He's getting pretty close.
50. Whoa. Web man, the chaos guy. Web. WEBTTT.
What, me too?
Yeah, you.
Are you sure?
Listen. T100, homeboy. I want to see it go bad. Nice. Doug, in all of this nonsense, all of this craze, all of this overcoming undeniability, you have the first chance to escape. You don't understand it, but you feel it, almost as if the other you was trying to give you the leg up. Come on, man. It's either now or never. You look back and you don't see anything, but you see him in your mind. You imagine Wep on a floor that doesn't exist as you're free floating in a unraveling embodiment of thought. With no real physical presence, you see him like a constellation outline, adding up and connecting and building into what could be the perfect image of a sorrel child pirate buddy for life. Wep as a child in his first coming of age, and even then, you still feel like you're the one abandoning him. Roll me a D4. You look ahead and you see this massive kind of opening of light appear before you. Kind of like the closing of a reversal of the star static screen when it has a show come on. You feel fresh air. Your feathers ruffle in the wind. As you open your eyes, or at least you feel like you're opening, they're screaming in pain in the sense of how bright it is outside. And then the shadow of a large tree brushes overhead. Not a full canopy, as sun rays bleed through the water from your eyes, replenishing the dryness in which needed a lubrication. And you hear, "You've been asleep for a long time. And I'm not saying it's a problem, but it's really going to affect your studies in the future." As you look up from laying on your back, you see Iz with a stack of books, all history related, as you lounge somewhere on a hill in the lower old campus grounds. Wep, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. Roll me a d4 as you witness your ally look back and say, "Well, buddy, it was great knowing you, and we had a good run," as they depart. You find yourself running at the top of a hill like the beginning of a Zelda intro screen, with no gear upon your back but your school robes. You're hustling and bustling to the top of what would be the Horizon Mesa in Lorehold, and you look down where a singular tree provides enough shade for just 2 individuals below, probably no more than 200 or so feet. You see Sagan is studying like they always do. For some reason, you know what the future holds. You know the day of the Phyrexians invasion. You know the day Shio destroys 14 parallels by a single mistake. You know the day that you meet Tasari. You remember Gaston, even though it's never happened, at least not yet. Not for you. Not for this one. But you know everything. You know exactly how you got here. As you took a step over the hill, you knew your purpose was to come and say, "Hey, old buddy," because you were excited to see that he was okay. You're relieved to see Iz. You're sure the rest of them are somewhere here along the campus ahead of you because you know what's coming. You know what's happening. And there is no escaping them because it will come again. Meanwhile, Gaston, Shio, and Iz. The 3 of you, before we jump into your turn, at the top of the 20, witness these assumed Fey individuals start to make motion. The one that's in the corner holds its hands up and begins to going in like a praying stance. You see a ray of light appear from the floor beneath them, rising up past them, and kind of like a holographic like highlight. Then you see the one at the back of this one step out of sight briefly as you hear the worm running into the walls in a angry, disrupted manner, as if it didn't feel great and they had some kind of ailment upon them. And then you hear yet again in the same weird jingle of a language. And then a voice emits. "Well done, darlings. Now invite our guests in. It's time we see the faces of our disruptors." We've been quite cozy down here, but it seems we now have visitors. You guys all hear this echo happen above as the two crystal lights here and here, and then those before Shio along the stairway seem to give like a little highlighted, blinking symbol of signal stating this way. You guys may group up prior to venturing further as Shio catches up. Let me go ahead and end the initiative as you guys are no longer in a threatening fight as something that's happened to the Great Worm.
What's the best way to store a phylactery that's actively trying to drain your energy without spell pocket?
Bag of holding.
Floors.
Oh, okay. And I just like open. I just bring them back and drop them onto the floors, like not touching them. Just open them on to fall onto the floor.
Okay,
To
so
you,
now we can
they-
use tongs to pick them up and put them somewhere safe.
Peel out. Ding, 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 ding. Both of
Wait,
them
do we
fall
have
still with no light. In fact, they both look empty.
Oh, maybe
That's not good.
that isn't good. No.
Ow?
Who can see magic?
I think I have True Sight active.
That's not the same. Do you see magic?
Doesn't True Sight give you just like everything? Oh, let me double check real quick.
No, it does
No,
not.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Dang.
So that's 2 empty phylacteries right there?
They seem to be.
I think I got something.
Weird.
I might have killed them. Shit.
No, I don't think
Dungeon-
so.
Guess
You're
John
not
just
ascended.
looks at you flatly. I don't think you killed them.
Yeah, she was gonna take a much closer look to see if there's any magic stuff going on. I'll just roll an Arcana to see if that's what needs to happen.
I'm picking up someone talking. Oh, and they stop.
They're talking about issues, as they stated. They wanted to make it very clear to you guys. Their apology.
Oh, no worries. I can just barely pick him up.
I'm sending a message to the other two knuckleheads real quick. So if I'm like distracted, it's because I'm trying to tell them what happened.
I'm gonna have my Vol pick up the phylactery, one of them.
Picks it up with no issue.
Well, it's not eating anymore because that little critter wouldn't have made it very far.
Yeah, that doesn't have nearly my life force.
Do me a favor and keep them away from me.
Yeah.
I want
we'll
nothing to do with that.
Well, they're inert objects now.
Do you think it's touch that would work? Like I could put out this my handkerchief and like fold it to contain them, and then activate the command word, and it'll just turn into like a little prison for them.
Why would we want to imprison them?
Well, so it doesn't try to lash out and eat me again. I'm so tired. You saw how long it took me to go up those stairs?
Are you tired? Are you like exhausted?
Yes.
How
I'm
exhausted?
Go ahead, Guest.
Couple of things. We apparently are keeping hosts from meeting with us. The other thing is, don't we have a bag of holding? We just shove them in and just not have to deal with them.
Yeah, but I'm worried they'll eat the magic of the bag of holding. And I got this from the voice in our heads.
All right, you feel better now?
I feel 50% better.
Well, you have to live with that.
That's fine.
But for
with
now,
me.
my little buddy can carry him. Isn't that right, you little diet dinner, you?
How long does your spell last? Is
Oh,
that was a
I
while
actually have
ago.
to check. It lasts for a good while though. 1 hour. That's what I thought.
Okay. Probably shouldn't have them close to the ground though.
What's wrong with the ground?
The worm.
The worm would eat us whole anyway. I don't think it'd be a problem.
Yeah, but if we lose
I'm-
the vol in the stomach acids, we lose the phylacteries forever.
I'm getting the sense that the worm might be connected to our host. That we're
Host?
keeping from.
Oh yeah, we
No,
should
did
talk
you-
to them.
did- yeah.
Who?
No.
Out of curiosity, it was this one that ate my voles, right?
Yes. It is that one that made the 2 voles unfortunately no longer become. You're not sure if they physically ate them or if they did something else to them to make them go poof.
The worm ate
But
the rest
when
of
they
them?
got closer, the worm did eat the others that are missing. But when 2 of them did approach that corner, they did get taken out.
That's what I figured. Okay, lead the way to our host. I do air quotes. Then I float lazily on my back as if swimming through the air.
Okay. Sorry. As you head over to the host leading the party, you mean down the corridor, right?
Wherever he's leading me. I don't actually know where they're at. I haven't seen them.
There's like a blinking directional this way. No one's leading you. It's more like these crystal lights were blinking as a this way kind of direction.
Oh boy, on to the next ambush.
Hey,
Come on, little vol.
didn't you say there was something that could?
I can't move him.
Sorry, you got real quiet there for a sec, Gas. What was that?
Yeah.
Didn't you say like before we encountered the worm, there's something that can see through these crystals that you were worried about?
Yeah, the queen of the Azerite. She
How much you want to bet we're about to meet with her?
What here?
I don't know because
Um,
I'd say like a 40% possibility. I did plant all of these Azerite if that helps.
Anyways, where are we going?
Sorry, I got like this huge ball of phlegm. As you guys enter the room, you notice immediately that the massive giant purple worm has been subdued in a manner of exhaustion. They are sleeping in a weird slumber as you see one of these fey-like beings touching it with a soft touch, almost in a mantis-like vibe, calming its emotions. You then see this nice carrot or wildflower like dandelion haired fellow that has a green musk to them, and they go, "Welcome. I wouldn't say that I've always been this kind, but they like to call me Smiles, the Defiler. What brings you all into my cave and my current domain, since I have unfortunately been belittled and forced down here after the Azurians discovered my dear pet?"
I look over at Shio. Oh.
I was not
Oh.
expecting people to be alive down here.
Me
I'm
neither.
at a loss for words.
Alive, you do realize you are in the subdominions of Schult.
Yeah, something about
No.
purple worm. I didn't expect other life, if that makes sense.
Completely domesticable. Or domesticatable. I don't know why anyone ever thinks otherwise, but to be fair, creatures like such are so often misunderstood due to their aggressive nature. It is hard to get close enough to one to understand it. I could see that.
Tameable, Shio?
I mean, wouldn't you like to ride into battle on a giant purple worm? Or have one as a pet? They're good garbage disposals. I loved making them.
You know, they better not leave cinnamon in the sand. I'll be very disappointed.
I think they leave Azerite in the sand.
Oh, is that what we're calling the spice now? Okay.
I mean, it is a viable fuel source.
Sorry, he created the worm originally.
I think I created them all, right?
Think so. It's hard to tell with how the time works,
Yeah,
especially for.
my head kind of hurts from the memories that keep resurfacing from the reality nonsense down here.
Well,
You're
you
the-
are in the phase domain, I'd have you know.
Oh.
He's not the first, is he? He's the other guy.
I'm sorry, come again?
Are you the what is it? I can't remember the name of it. I remember
No,
the guy.
the frog moth is back on the ship. We're-
Froghemoth? Oh, yes, that is actually above us. Probably a good 3,000 to 4,000 feet above us, truly. But when you use magical properties against the phase domain, it usually makes you travel much quicker, which I believe you did.
Oh
Logical.
yeah.
That's probably what the fractal fifth dimensional space is in the other room.
But yes, the Froghemoth is also a creature of the Schult forest, or jungle, depending on how you look at it. Us Fae don't differentiate either, as we share any and all species among our woodland areas. Though, it's been quite gloomy down here. These crystals were the best I could do.
Oh,
If I may,
You may. He smiles greatly.
I palm my face.
the purple worm,
Yes, they are
two
called
of our
Bastion.
companions. The Bastion ate two of our companions.
The unfortunate in favor of standing before one. We have never stood in front of it, or, well, we usually step out of its way, but I see. And is there something you hope that I can do? We have calmed it, and it does not seem to have any living subjects, or else they would have easily been able to get out by now.
Is there any way we can retrieve the bodies? Other than waiting for it to digest?
Excuse me. Well, I was informed by our mage hands that they detected a disturbance inside their belly, which quickly diminished after about a 30-second interval. Something about other dimensional travel from within. Perhaps they got out.
Great, they planeswalked.
Oh, that's why they're dead.
You are the only one that knows what they opened.
Do
And
I?
yeah, I had mentioned that you would have known in the next turn what had happened. 1 second.
Unless you told me it's secret, I missed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna know. I did not actually give you the information. I had mentioned it during your turn that in the next round you would know. So I'm gonna send you a message right now.
That doesn't explain why I felt like there was something new invading.
Sorry, are you asking me, or are you saying something to someone else?
No, this is Gaston.
Gotcha. Okay.
Speaking aloud.
Okay.
He said, "Great, they planeswalked," but that doesn't explain why I got the sense of something new invading. Or coming into this plane.
Oh, that's what that feeling was. They might not come back whole, well, in the mind, and the entire plane is going to be upset.
Is that why their phylacteries tried to eat me briefly?
Wasn't the phylacteries? It's where they went.
Oh.
And since they're there, they can reach through it.
So I experienced their suffering. Ew.
I don't know if it's suffering. They're already kind of crazy, but they are kind of coherent and orderly, and that doesn't like it.
Where did they go?
If you wanted to in any extra depth, is you could take a quick second to go over something I'm about to send you. It's kind of like in your own record from the secretary. This is what they would be able to have written in the oracle's viewpoint of understanding of the seriousness of this such nature, you can do a quick skim and then obviously look it over later. But figured you would, like I said, had known. I meant to send this to you earlier, but I did fill in the other guys. So-
They're in a place called the Far Realm, a realm of chaos and disorder, or madness, mostly madness.
Ah, that explains it.
Yeah, and it's somewhat
wouldn't be-
sentient, kind of like my secretaries of plane. And
Yeah,
they get
would be on
very
the side of his field.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well, he kind of goes over that while he's doing that briefly. Smiler goes, I would be so curious to ask, do you all realize the scenario you have placed yourselves in? I have made a mention of one race in which you guys have seemed to acknowledge, which means you have been to the other side. Of Schult, that is.
I look at him. Help me out. What's Schult?
Schultz, the plane
Why?
we're on, is.
It is the most
Right.
grand, magnificent prime of any inhabitants. Only the greatest gods ever came from here.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're in that planar dome thing.
Yeah. He just gave us a glow up. Major gods, huh? Huh?
I imagine Iz and Chio are like elbowing each other.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Do you guys know something I do not? He smiles greatly at you.
No, we're fucking clueless. But we
Yeah,
do get the glow up.
we honestly just fly by the seat of our pants, like, you know, plane walkers and all that.
You think we'd be upset after two of our companions just died?
At least we get a little peace and quiet for a little bit.
As a Fae, we feel death and we absorb off of the sorrow in which it leaves. That's what makes us so mischievous. We have not felt sorrow. So as much as you guys seem to be lackluster in relief of a death of two companions, I highly doubt they're dead.
So these two are crazy, and I had a very I am angry with one of the two of our companions that has
Wait, are you mad at me?
essentially passed. No, not at you.
Oh.
I've been angry at Whipped. And a little miffed at Seg. Considering Seg powered down that whole entire facility we were in earlier.
To be fair, he did turn it back on after he realized his mistake.
While Whipped blew up a bunch of items that we could have used.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
Well as
with you
information.
100% on that. I am angry about that too.
You know, we could just travel back before we blew it up and get the items, and we'll have them.
We can't time travel in a reflection.
You know, have you tried?
You know, that's a fair enough point. I can't say anything about that.
I don't want to upset Alexander more than I already have.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. We'll do it right before we
he's a
leave.
god-
Oh,
He's a god of time
Huh?
and clockwork.
Oh, you should know how Iz feels about gods and their rules.
And I mean, I'm a god, so everything I do is right.
I look at him. What?
No,
It's the divine rule.
Is insight check for your suspicions. Meanwhile, in a meta conversation that none of you guys hear, Wep, you approach Seg. Seg, though you don't have full remembrance of the scenario or situation that had come upon you, you just remember studying and falling asleep due to a mind fart. When Wep approaches you, saying, "Hey, buddy," you immediately feel the serious nature of business is afoot. You knew this time would come. What it is, you're not 100% certain. But that it will, and that now is. Even changes the mood that you see dear small Is before you. as they look at you and go, "Now what? Don't tell me the two of you got in trouble again." Wep, how would you respond?
Yelling as high decibels as I have to start whiffing random spells.
It feels
Roll
just
me
way
a
better.
D. Hold on. Hold up. I need to put your sheet real quick. You about to roll something?
Rules are meant to be broken, nerd. Fight the power.
A D8.
That's a +1.
Just fire off as he's screaming and yelling in frustration. D8 when ready, Web. Is with your insight, your suspicion raises true. The two Fae that are the few Fae that you have come across prior to meeting Smiler, the Defiler, are excuse me, fetid gaze hags, neutral evils, which is why they have not harmed you guys, as they seem to be working with Smiler the Defiler. These are hags that specialize in death and decay. In fact, they are so easy to maintain as long as there is a natural source of such. You now understand the frogs.
So, Smiley the Defiler, why are you down here?
Well, you see, there is a war on the surface of Chult, and my advisors found it in their interest to side with the wrong army. Now, I chose the right side, you see, as he has a big old grin on his face. However, they were very displeased with the betrayal of the rest of my kind, and they did not seem to trust easily then after the war was won, and said they would not banish me like the rest of them, but that I could no longer be equal on the surface. I was originally promised the ocean, a much bigger domain, if you understand, though the subterranean domain became mine after a, well, dispute I should not have made.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
I smile about that joke every day. What? You
I look.
extend... Go ahead.
I'm gonna look at everyone else and kind of distract. Do we have anything to do here? Are we good to go?
Before you get to that sidebar or a question of a further communication, well, other is you may now take over your other self. This is your memo. You were studying with Seg. Unbeknownst until this moment, because your amnesia has slowly been recovering in an odd manner of timing, you remember that Seg and Wep were there at the very beginning, before there was a Dragon Guard, before there was a team. In fact, they played a heavy hand in the entire plan. For some reason, though Wep's purpose has avoided you, you know he's there from the very beginning, before Shio the Godling became an enrollee at the school, before Tasari became a factor, before the janitor, Runt, played a bigger part when he snuck in and read the rules that he should not have read, before Anivia would poison an entire parallel that you all purposefully orchestrated, with the ferret mad race allowing Anivia to purposefully build more and more to fight off the infestation. All of these courses were on purpose. But in this moment, beneath a nice shady tree and a over-the-hill scene of Lorehold, Wep approaches the two of you. After a long study, your alumni, Seg, the one with all the information, the one you thought would succeed, returns to you as he always was. A wise ass. Web, however, approaches you with an intent purpose. The energy he gives off makes the three of you understand that we now must continue. But Web, what is your reintroduction? Like you're coming back in the Terminator. You are muted. There you go.
Fireball.
Fireball all of them.
They have to remember, obviously, and this is the best way to teach them.
Okay. I need dexterity saving throws from Iz and Side. I need 3 of them.
Which is
You
version?
gotta remember how to do
is
some
this?
dragon shit.
Is this like a previous me or a different me?
This is you.
Well, yes. There's many me's though.
The one you've been all this time.
Oh, okay. Druid form. Gotcha.
You better do some dragon shit.
Run away.
Iz and Seg, unbeknownst to them, what is your save, Web?
Is a...
Should be like a 18, 19.
Oh, that's fair.
What matters because Seg rolled a 19. Oh, why were you rolling a save? Oh. Ooh, he fails. Nice. Go ahead and give me that fireball damage 8 times.
8 times?
Yeah, he rolled a d8 and he made too much loud noise and he casted 8 fireballs.
8 fireballs?
He did an ultimate hellish rebuke in this one instantaneous moment.
What? It's stupid, bro.
Do some dragon shit.
Relax.
If he's doing that, I'm gonna pause time and just get the fuck out of the way.
As you pause time, you realize for a brief moment.
Using my amulet.
What was that? Sorry.
I'll use my amulet.
You got it.
Yeah.
And as you do so, you come to realize that the amnesia was his idea too. Why though? Why? What did these two know that you had to forget? The puzzle
I'm gonna
thickens.
unpause time, but I'm gonna be on top of his head. I'm gonna look upside down in his face and go, "Why did I not remember?" I remember it being your fault, though.
Can you prove that?
I have a memory of it all being your fault. How does it feel when the shoe's on the other foot?
Doesn't feel good.
I know. So tell me.
Okay, the truth is I shook you too hard once, and you haven't been the same since.
Well, yes.
And he's been
That's-
trying to shake you back this entire time.
I've been trying.
That's not how I lost my memories. My memory loss is way too selective for that.
Well, you see, after the shaking, you did it to yourself.
Oh, okay. Why? It was your idea.
I told you I shake you too hard. I'm sorry.
Make history check. Seg.
And if he doesn't remember, I'm going to turn into a bear. I'm going to shake him until he remembers.
Finally, the revenge for Shake the Dragon.
Then we both won't remember. How's that gonna help us?
To make me feel better.
Seg. Excuse me.
8 fucking fireballs. Oh shit.
You,
I mean,
sir,
unless I had a long rest, I am dead. But I will remember beyond the grave.
you, sir, in a unconscious state. Think of all the things that have happened to you up until this point. You remember it all. You remember seeing the photos, writing the timelines, taking down detailed notes of exactly where every parallel would appear and who had to and who was an option and who was a collective. There were a few wild cards, but in the end, you had to make them all feel random. God, what a pain in the ass that was. A lot of planning and a huge sacrifice. You look over at his, and it hangs over your shoulders, but in your own words, if you do or do not decide to, it's a struggle to convey because you're not the overly, at this moment, you are not that confident, badass. You are a Dalkir Lynch still, but you don't know that yet. You're kind of forgetting, you forgot your powers, and you're slowly going to rediscover them in a swift manner, but in a narrated sense.
Holy shit is.
What?
Holy shit.
Is he here or is he vaporized?
As you guys hear, holy shit, the two of you in a
Just like really
conversation
depressed.
appear in the infirmary. An old lady starts yelling in the background, but it's fuzzy. Someone said knew very, very well. That lady just loves him. He's been in here longer than anyone else has ever been a student in this school for some reason. And here he is again. Almost dead, charred to bits, but being recovered with intense healing spells, going through a memory lapse of all things. Finally, she has done her due diligence to get him to the point where he starts talking to you all. A weapon is you are present at this time. Continue, say.
I saw so much.
Wait, he remembers? Oh man, I should have stayed at the fireball.
Had to... Everyone, even the ones we knew were gonna die. Oh my god.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
why
no
would
doubt.
we do this? Is it even
To-
worth it in the end?
Like cross my arms? I don't know. But probably yes.
It
Can we,
was a trauma response to forget.
can we play one more game of sport before it all begins again?
Oh, was this one of those complaining about too many times dying thing? I don't get you guys. You're liches. You shouldn't care about dying anymore, but somehow you do.
There's like a song in the background over and over again. Just over and over again. As they both remember all the times they've been killed and sacrificed by it's because they've been day lynches from day one.
You chose that path. You were like, you can do whatever. We'll never even have to worry about dying.
I mean, you could have at least politely tried to warn me about all of the numerous fates worse than death. I'm starting to get numb to them.
I do try to avoid those as much as possible. But I've shown you some of the futures. You know I can't avoid all of them.
You see a younger dean of order approach, entering the infirmary. Please allow me to speak to them. Students and Oracle, I must make it very clear that your behaviors on the Lowerhold property caused significant amount of damages and burned the last freestanding rooted tree on its premises. I wish to make it very clear that you have destroyed history yet again upon campus grounds. And it will be
Okay,
reflected
Lorraine.
in your records.
Lorraine, I
Things
am
used to
also
be
upset
so
about the tree.
simple.
That is understandable. But just you wait until the alien invasion, man. Like, none of this shit's gonna matter. And like, what do we got?
I've
Like
seen
a
your
month
very
now?
poorly done sketches. They look like small little spider crabs that are found along the coast. Your fear of such species is infathomable.
I have
no, they're
Colin,
the
Lorraine.
Phyrexian.
I can't hold the pencil. You have to believe me.
Well, then you should learn to use your feet better. Calligraphy is always an option.
Is going to walk over to the nurse with his burn tan. Oh, that did not work. Why did your fireballs work?
You're asking the nurse?
No, I said that to wept.
Who was throwing
I put my
fireballs?
hand to the nurse.
The nurse heals your hand. Oracle, you should not let these children cast such abilities. These abominations should not be hidden either. Everyone on the campus has a right to know that they've been observed and mind-surfed by these goons of yours.
Oh, that's true. That didn't work. Wait.
Frequent
This,
to no one.
I'm gonna look around. Oh. Oh, great. We're not in current reality. Open my book. Which one am I in now?
You see a negative record. There is a hole in the left-hand front cover backing. As you open the book, you feel a yearning pull as you look inside it, almost like a reversed looking glass. You are upside down and looking at yourself. Younger. And you remember this is before it happened. Before you forgot everything.
Guys, you should know.
As you say that, is bursts out along Smile the Defiler, Gaston and Shio in the Schultz subterranean domain amongst the Fae in a great domesticated giant room. And it says, "Guys, you should know!" aloud. You all give him
Oh,
attention.
man. You know, I do not advise breaking yourself into a million little parts because they get in the way of each other. Damn it, and Wep tried killing me again.
What?
Okay, you obviously know something we don't. What happened?
Oh, he tried throwing a fireball at my face. And it wasn't like a normal fireball. It was like level 10 in the you're disintegrated with your lich power type thing.
What?
I mean, try to keep up, guys. I mean, come on. It's wet.
Details. We need details.
You're giving us a specific moment within a scenario we are no clue about what's going on.
Do you guys not see the past and future? Oh, you don't. That's right. Okay. I'll try again. So you know how I exist in multiple realities at the same exact time? Except for unlike you guys, I actually know what happens in each reality.
Yeah, if you could teach us that trick, that'd be great.
You don't want to know that trick. It sucks. But anyway, so me and the other me are now one me. Kind of. And the other wept, which is our wept, tried to shoot me with a fireball to make me remember. Oh, and he killed he killed Say.
Oh, damn.
Are we are we sure you two did a rejoining, or did you just swap places?
No, I think I was here the whole time. I think.
So they're stuck back in time?
Sort of. I try not to think about it. It hurts too much.
Okay, so let me guess. Another time, another parallel.
Maybe. I point to the fractured space over in the other room. I mean, it's really close, apparently. I mean, you saw what happened to my Vol in the other room.
Well, after we interact with our gracious host, we'll toss one of those ropes that we got from this place into it and see if they grab onto it on the other end. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh,
Or
a
maybe they will.
host. I remember talking to someone like that. It's been eons, it feels like.
Yeah, we're still in the same room as them.
Who?
Yeah, we're being quite rude. We should probably apologize.
Smiles, the Defiler. Didn't
I'm used to these
Yeah.
things. Do not worry. I noticed that when people enter the Fey domain, that your minds get jumbled. Though this one seems to be much more in depth, and for individuals capable as yourselves, considering you've played here with Ordeal Smoochy Poo, that you would I guess be more resilient to such effects. Though there might be more that I don't know about you all. Drugs, perhaps.
They're right. Didn't we smoke a joint before coming in here?
What?
Yeah, remember you had Tasari had you grow
Yep.
some weed, And then we smoked a joint before going into the dungeon. Probably a poor choice, but you know.
I don't.
Is this going to try to remember, but it feels like it's been so long. What would that be?
I'm
History.
I'm pretty sure Gaston didn't do that.
That's fair. We didn't force it on anyone. I think it was like Tasari, Shio.
It did happen though.
Is Seg and Wep, yeah. I think everyone but Gaston smoked a joint before
Yeah, no,
coming in here.
I'm pretty sure. I think I've stated this in the past. Gaston's kind of straight edge.
Yeah, you've opted out of any and all since Iz has brought up his drug empire before.
Wait,
Oh.
I did grow that.
Oh, wait. Only Iz would still be affected by the joint. Everyone else is immune to poisons.
Wait, so I
Nope.
grew this for no reason?
I
I look
guess.
so disappointed.
It's not poison.
The only one who
Alcohol is
isn't
poison.
the only one who isn't immune to poison or the poison condition refused and would have had a extremely short time being high off of it anyways.
I don't think druids are immune to poison, are they?
I think Iz is the only one in the party that's not immune to poison currently.
Yeah, I don't. I
Gaston's
can
not
double
immune
check.
to poison.
Oh, you're not. Oh.
No, but at the end of my turn, I end the poison condition.
Oh. So yeah, you'd be high for like 6 seconds, and then oh dang, you need like
Not even.
multiple joints.
Oh, I guess I am.
Oh, I
Dangerous
guess.
word.
I guess poisons don't really affect us.
I had to double check. In fact, let me get to the real one.
Can Shio try to do like something to get rid of any Fey mind cloud?
Say that again, I apologize.
Could Shio do some sort of roll to try to clear his mind of the Fey clouding, now that he's aware of it?
What do you mean the clouding? Sorry.
Like how
Oh,
the
like,
Fey
then
realm
that-
clouds
oh.
your mind.
Well, it's more or less just being aware of it, kind of boop, makes it go away.
Oh, so now we're lucid.
Yeah, but that's why he's kind of confused on why you guys have so heavily, in a sense, sedated in his own understanding of what it is you guys are acting out.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure everyone except Gaston has ADHD. We get distracted easily.
Which is ironic because Gaston's player has ADHD.
I'm only 5 years old. I mean, come on.
I mean, I have ADHD in real life, so I will keep rambling.
So, are we supposed to go? What are we doing here again?
We were talking to him to see if we could get our friends' corpses back.
But apparently we can't because they're with your other parallel.
Oh, no, they're on the far realm.
Isn't that like the edge of known existences?
Oh, that is a very bad place. As a smiler just smiles.
Well, yeah, it's very upset.
Why is it upset?
Because they're there. I mean, it doesn't hate them, but it doesn't like them. And it doesn't like order or coherency. Coherency. Yeah. Oh, that's why I'm losing my mind. I'm there with them in that place. God.
Ah, I see.
Oh yeah, our
So it's
contracts make
contagious.
us.
Iz kind of does a face palm. Oh, God damn it, you can't bring the pirates anywhere.
Yeah, is your contract worked against you this time because you have to be by our side, and if we can't willingly be by your side, you come with us. You split yourself again, Is.
It's not my fault. I
Oh,
tried
does
to
this
help
mean
these
that
kids.
Oh, does that mean if I go back to, if I eventually get to FIN, you're tagging along with me?
I mean, if you need help.
It's more of a if he has to willingly choose not to be there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be standing over you, watching you asleep or anything creepy.
You do
That's
it to me.
free.
What do you mean it's free? It costs me sleep at night, is.
Well, it's not my fault you need a whole 8 hours. You should join us in the 10-minute at a time club. It's superior.
Oh god, it is. That sounds like hell.
No, it's great. You can sleep whenever you want. Anyway, what are we doing? Iz looks around confused again.
Well, I
Um,
can inform you all that if you would continue out to my domain, it'll bring you back into the Froghemoth's lair on the surface. We have special transportation of simple steps. However, I will warn you that when you enter it, he will become aware of your existence. You could always go back the way you came, but it will not get you closer to where I assume many others before you had wished to go.
that is correct. We were actually trying to go around the frog moth.
Right. The Froghemoth
specific-
has made sure that any and all possible routes lead to them. They are, before a aberrated beast, a once very intelligent individual that was that of a demigod. They are not to be misjudged.
So he set this all up in advance because he knew we'd be coming? Well, that's smart.
Well, when he took over the gas chamber and made sure that he cut off these robotic Azerian androids to do its bidding, he made sure that they could not access the core, the what they call hive mind that observes all, is unreachable unless you get through the Froghemoth's domain.
well,
I just realized something, guys. If the Froghemoth is in the generator and we leave the generator, and then we break the generator, it goes away. It leaves, and then there's just a big hole where it was, and then we could fly or walk or something across. I don't.
So break the generator?
Yeah, we maybe not break it, but just turn it off. Because this thing has already killed versions of us.
I'm pretty sure we were going to eventually deal with the Froghemoth, but
Well, because if it's guarding the gas and we send the gas back to where this thing came from, it should solve our problem.
right. But we were trying to get to the Raven's quarters first.
Yeah, and if we turn it off, it will disappear and leave a big dome, I imagine an empty dome, and we could just fly across instead of deal with the Froghemoth. If we turn it off before crossing, we don't have to worry about the crossing.
I think we just walk up to it and slap it in its face and be like, ha! First, nah.
We gotta rest before we fight that thing, though. We wasted a lot of power on that, or at least I did, on the, Wyrm. And
I
previous...
think you're just tired.
I am.
Alright.
I'm grumpy.
Ooh, maybe I can have other me take a nap, and then I'll be good.
You...
What an idea.
Genius. Sometimes I scare myself.
You mentioned something about a way to... I believe what you were implying is that you have a way of getting past the Froghemoth without involving conflict. Is that what you meant when you said you had steps in place?
You mean myself? No. The reason why I haven't gone back up top is because he is the guardian of the domain ahead. Ironically, though, he seems fascinated with this tethered gate that has surrounded our immediate locale. Whatever these Azerians were able to do, though I've never actually left through the gates, they were able to reach into us from a specific point and poke and prod and leave from that same point. Just on the other end here of this cavern. Though we could not go further without just being enchuled. Nor could we actually exit backwards without being directly in the Froghemoth's lair above. It's as if the Azerians chose specific layers to pull, and they were very good about it. There is another powerful being that exists here on Schult, though we do not have a name for them.
What's it look like?
When I was young, I once saw a shadow. By the time the shadow left, there was also nothing left for me to see or call home.
Oh. That must
Oh,
have been.
It was. I think he means one of the four is.
I was about to say, I mean, there's nothing really that old that he'd be young to. Yeah, it's got to be.
And that's why there's a monument to it up top.
Okay.
Starting to make more sense in my mind.
So, do we rescue our two wayward companions and then go slap Frog on the face?
I would
Yeah.
assume that is our current path.
Since conflict with it is inevitable. Yeah. We should definitely come at it with full might. How would we even go about helping our friends?
Oh, I was just going to tell them to planeswalk out of the far beyond after they remember what I need to remember. Because they're not telling me what I need to remember. Oh,
I
and it's
need to
all
shake
Webb's
gears.
fault. Remember that.
It's Web's fault. I was gonna blame him anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
You really don't have to keep emphasizing that.
from what you guys have told me about Wept, I wouldn't be surprised if the Phyrexians were actually not Shio's fault, but Web's.
Oh, no, he came up with the idea to not make me remember. Amongst other great ideas.
How do you go about remembering? Is it Shake the Dragon? Do I need to look through your book? Is it this instruction manual is so big?
Do not touch my book. You already broke my book. I had to fix it.
Am I allowed to touch your book?
No, you can't touch my book.
I gave him trust
Why does he
issues
remember-
with his book.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was all for AZEREP. You know, I thought our plan was good until I learned that it wasn't remote activated.
If someone else touches your book, is it only able to contact other versions of you?
I mean, if you know where to look, you can contact anyone. Good luck finding them, though.
Your book is scary. Why do you make me hold on to it?
Because it's heavy.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to let someone else carry it.
Nah, it's fine. I got a bag of holding for it.
Oh. Okay.
Then why are we complaining about its weight?
The book?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh.
infinite.
I hand it to him.
Okay. Am I making a strength save?
Making a strength save.
I mean, is literally just handed you the book. He's not strong.
I
Am
don't
I
know, but
making a strength save? I'm asking this question.
Yeah. You are.
Okay.
Cool. One moment.
I'm gonna laugh. You roll a 1 and drop my 2-pound book. Oh my
I would like to re-roll that.
Okay.
god.
He kind of psychs you out as you Oh,
There we go.
Oh,
There we go. Awesome.
Yes!
Awesome.
you fumble the book.
Awesome.
As you do, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh joy.
Oh my god. You're gonna see Iz's shocked face as you drop his book.
Oh my
I would like to re-roll that.
Can I make a sleight of hand to try to catch the book before it falls and put it back where it belongs?
No. I can. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, your wisdom save. Go again. I was saying that Shio is at disadvantage.
Okay, it's not a nat 1.
You feel the psychic shame that is cursed to the dropping of this book, kind of like a spirit stick. You don't drop the book. It's like a rule. Like if it's being passed up all the time because it is so small, it should never be dropped.
So I'd like to imagine that as I fumble, actually, hold on. I'm going to try to not drop it to the ground.
Oh my god.
I'm using my last. This is 3 nat ones. I'm using
I
my
know.
last focus to re-roll.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
going to try to basically, as I fumble this, basically just fall underneath it. Because I'm trying to make it so that I don't have it fall to the ground.
You catch it with your body as Shio stumbles. He trips over you because he completely fails in catching the book in any way and manner. So Shio, you fall to the floor. You take 2d6 damage, embarrassment, special damage ability. 8 points of embarrassment damage in front of the audience before you as a god. This is not cool. Gaston, you don't look any cooler, but you do manage to keep the book from hitting physical ground as you innately understand that this is a taboo and is kind of respects the minimal effort there. He says minimal because no one drops the book. The book magically floats about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimeters off your chest after it lands upon you and leads back adjacent to Iz and appears from invisibility. Is the secretary holding the book, opening it, and immediately jumping to the next new page and documenting the current happenstances.
She's reporting us. Stop her.
No, you dropped the book. It didn't touch the ground, so she isn't gonna pluck your eye out. You're good.
Okay, I thought she was gonna report us to the other Izzes. They'll tie our shoelaces together in mid-combat.
Oh, she did do that. I can't stop that.
Oh shit.
But nice save. I give him a high five.
I give you a finger.
Sometimes fate is just stacked against you.
You just see one middle finger, or gloved middle finger raised from where Gaston is sitting.
I mean, I knew you had it.
So, the smiler goes, well, your guys' company is a bit more disturbant, as these ladies do need their peace at times. I can escort you safely back just beyond the Frogometh's domain, or you can enter into the heart of it. You decide your fates. As for your fellow allies, I really cannot say where they are, but they are not here. My dear darlings would have made very certain that they had found the bodies by now.
Oh, no worries. I know where they're at. They're with me.
Right.
In a weird, far realm parallel. Do we want to go back to where the disruption was so that we can actually get them?
Oh yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah, let's do throw the special rope into it and see if we can like pull them out. And you're on the other side of the portal too. Sorry, we'll be right back.
Actually,
No, we
before
won't. Go take
Gaston
a
goes
nap.
anywhere,
We're not going into the portal.
he turns towards the Secretary of Order. If you've been here this whole entire time, why haven't you been helping us?
It squawks at you. It is the bird secretary.
If I hear it, I will translate for her.
I am simply a figment of documentation.
She says, "Oh no, no, don't go
I'm
in
not
there."
going. I'm not going in there. Sorry.
Yeah, it would try to stop you. Whew, that was close. Okay, so I don't know how you guys with your hyperspatial mathematics, but give me a few minutes. Maybe I can figure something out. And all the while, my other me is gonna be trying to figure out what I was supposed to remember.
So
Fire
we don't
didn't
throw a rope
right?
in there?
You want to throw a three-dimensional object? Oh, you sure?
I don't like that fray. I'm just gonna sit over here real quick.
I above game hate the situation I'm in right now because I have 0 focus and can't get any of my focus back until we roll initiative.
Don't worry. We're all in the same boat. We're all low in resources.
Yeah, we need to get the others back so we can rest real quick.
Actually, hold up. I might be
I
able to
have-
do something.
I have a safe place we can rest, but
Uh,
Can I go to the other side? I'm gonna try to see if I can remember anymore.
Sure. You flip back over.
I'm gonna
Seg.
continue shaking Seg.
Or you mean Wep or Seg?
Oh yeah, it was what? My bad.
Wep. As you were continuously being shook by the Oracle in an oddly yet forceful manner, at this point you are not as wildly aggressive as you have been in the future with him. At this point, it is a huge respect to still have the position that you have upon him. For whatever reasons being chosen or never revealed. Otherwise, you are being shook. Wep, can you give me a D100, please? You, sir?
Stop, man. You're harshing my mellow, dude.
Excuse me.
Oh,
You,
is
sir?
the-
Real quick, sorry. Come to remember something. As you're being shook, this does work. Ding! Memory 13A. It was the summer. As you guys had just planted a very rare seed. Druids always stick together. As his foot does a little stomp as your boot scoots over more dirt. This would take forever if you left it to the little fellow, but you appreciated that he let you have this hobby once in a while. Probably about no more than 8 to 12 inches. You put the very first death flower seed. You knew that this death flower would then turn into a corpse flower, and at maturity unroot itself and harbor into its own destructive natures. The Oracle said this would be a good teaching to the students. As long as it, of course, happens on campus, they won't die. And that was your guys' first actual bonding moment. You now remember you're being shook in the pharmacy, or infirmary, apologies. Sag is now recovering from the multitude of fireballs he had taken from you, as the Dean of Order is trying to usher you all to calm down, as actual injured students from the most recent events at the tower have just taken place. Calm down, calm down. Can the lot of you just... Let's go back to the Oracle's study and let's discuss this. If you guys all agree, she will usher you through the campus, in which seems to be of peaceful nature. The Iron Lifting Society is being ran by a very old kind of ox individual. You hear them say, "Give me 400 more, and not a single one less."
All
Is,
they're
as
doing.
always, enjoyed it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be looking out for any fractal stuff like I saw in the other room.
As you look around intently, give me an Arcana check.
Yes, Arcana.
Second web, give us an insight check. Bless whoever sneezed.
I also, since I have double haste, want to pop over and do 400 push-ups in like 12 seconds, and then go back to following Lorraine.
Wow, you're just showing off with your godlike powers.
No, but I
Yes.
want to go to like the back of the class and
Okay.
just like casually do it.
Ooh. What? You notice Iz is trying to track on to something. As Iz looks around for any immediate fragments, you notice Iz. Web, you quickly follow with this discovery, just looking over his shoulder and in his line of sight. Any natural mirrors reflect a tunnel. Eyesight of what one of you would be standing. Web, if you were in the inside of a giant purple worm or some other kind of indigestion tube, is you're looking at a void. And you feel the presence of your allies next to you. Speg, you're not as aware.
I don't say it's
I
a
just-
Bob. Okay.
I just can't believe we're getting led to Iz's office and we don't have to jump through a bunch of death traps.
They're not
Oh.
here yet.
You just have to use the non-death door.
As
Why
all
do
of
we
you
use
guys
the death
naturally
door all the other
bust
time?
out your wings and fly up to a window, and the window opens, and there it is.
I call it the staff entrance.
You all land into Iz's office, still full of books and stacks of papers, not as maze-like as it is a bit more manageable. There's been a bit more work done during this time.
I'm gonna fight off the paperwork as it tries to relentlessly assault me again.
You see it
No!
pop out as a
No!
greet.
No!
The dean just kind of chuckles. I told you that you should have cleaned this by now.
I'll never do it.
Then your students will never, ever graduate, and this is why we lose them to the tower before we lose them out in the field of work.
Didn't I hire somebody to do it for me?
Yes,
I'm gonna go for a high five with Iz. I
they were
graduated.
lost in the tower. No, this one again with their graduation. It was promised, not given yet.
Yeah. What were we here for again? It feels like I'm in two places at once. It's really hard to concentrate.
You probably are. You used to be in 13. Nonetheless, we have just gotten notification of the Azerians finding something that we sent them after. They have met with the Netheries and are going to a techno lab, whatever that is. For some reason, there's a higher purpose. They said that they found a rift, something a bit different in what we understand as time, upon the vessel. Some sort of portal manipulation. Parallels. Oracle. Someone else knows.
Yes. That does not surprise me.
You think that's the portal we came through, or you think it's the Phyrex?
Well, we did track when we had sent the first two on a successful mission. However, not both of you returned to the same, nor at the same time, nor in the same location, so there was a lot of misunderstood data. What I can tell the lot of you is what I have been able to put back into order after observing the rifts and the other dimensional theories that you have all brought upon me is this species loot. If we can get it in motion again, everything we would meet and touch would be considered new. Imagine the influences we can push forward to hasten our needs for the invasions ahead.
We'll look off into space. Do what? Invasion? Ends?
Yeah,
I'll look over at saying,
We're back before the Phyrexians here, buddy. We started over. We're before the incident now, and we have to do it again. Hopefully
No.
better this time, now that we know what's happening.
something about far realms.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
no. Web and
that
I
is
tried
a
to go to the
void.
Far Realm.
In the battlefields. They are the only connection with this species referred to as the Four. We had received a message once, though an unknown being defeated this gigantism of a species. We are truly thankful for their sacrifice. However, a lack of connection with such an archaic has made it impossible to study them further, though we were able to track them across this void. The far realms. Disastrous, and there should be plenty of notes in which the Oracle can publish, I'm sure.
Mm.
But yeah,
You
we're
would
not
have
in the
those
far
notes in your
realm.
DMs, is you can share what you wish of that information.
But you guys are in the far out right now.
No. We tried to go there, but it didn't like us, and it sent us here instead.
In fact, it enjoyed them quite much. Let me inform you all of the actual results of that expedition, now that we are alone, shall we say.
How freaking hazy is my mind then? I can still feel influence, and I blame you guys.
I was against it. However, someone amongst us made a very valid point in the necessity of such, you being the calculator and all. However, let me explain. We had located a helm, as they call it, after meeting a species that had this grotesque-like build to them. They called themselves something unique, but they had very pinkish-like skin and purple toppings with massive, massive snouts, but very flat teeth, though powerful jaw bites. What they were. But they had advanced technology that we had never seen, so we had bombarded. We don't discuss those things. They are in the war crimes book. Meanwhile, we gained access to a device that allowed us to access this place called the Butterfields, a way of planet travel without actually planeswalking. Now, yes, we could reach these places by simply tapping our boots or snapping our fingers. However, we lose the experience along the way. What actually fights to survive, to get between place to place. Those are the bigger threats and the stronger theories that when they become encountered, no one knows how to defeat. So we took curious upon it. You had found two calcified students in lower hold, deep below surface, and they whispered to you there was a third, but it turned out to be a copy. You still aren't sure what the true version alludes to this day. But these two seem to be part of a pack. And they definitely checked out to be liches initially. You've tried to kill them multiple times, just to prove the point. The day lich of the Dalkir came after. You happened upon an artifact and decided that maybe these ones could handle it. And they did. So we sent them into this void, knowing that we could bring them back once at least every time we came back in contact with them. However, they have returned for a seventh time, and only one succeeded. The other lost any refraction of historical happenings prior. Though it's there somewhere, deep and buried and entangled in the madness that they've suffered. As she looks towards Seg. A vampire haunts him. I can see his thoughts. Do not ignore it, Seg. They are real, and it only takes you to bring them into the existence of any plane you land in. The urge is for you to resist it.
I look at it. You can summon vampires?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop resisting that right now. Let's get some vampires up in this. That'd be really handy.
I'm supposed to warn you about something else. Something about your stones, your soul stones, the things, and you're not in them anymore. FYI.
Wait, our phylacteries? What happened to our phylactery?
Well, they had power, and then when you left, they tried to eat say, Shio, and then nothing.
Did you bring them?
I hold my hands up. I don't have anything on me.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm
Oh,
not
that's right.
here,
You're
even. I'm
that's
there.
right. You're not. But you're there, not here. Ah. Okay.
So
Guess we'll
don't
need new
die
phylacteries. But
here.
I mean, how hard is it to make a phylactery?
I feel like I know how to do this. I just can't concentrate here or there.
That's all right. Maybe if there's time before the invasion, I'll hit up the library. I'm sure Lorehold Library says something about it. I think I saw a
Oh,
section.
yeah, of course.
I mean,
It's in
that's the
the
benefit of
restricted
being
area.
taxed. Oh, well, good thing I'm the dean of fuck you up if you break the rules. What's the title he gave me again is?
Aren't you the security guy?
Yeah. Security guy.
No, not
You
security.
you know how to create the philanthropy. You just know that if you did it here, you would then only return here.
I couldn't just bring it with me.
In this instance of time, the only way you know it is present in the theory of immediacy, like you bind it to something truly physical in this existence.
Oh, I'm sure this isn't actually what's going to happen, but Seg is very immortal and definitely in the mindset of he's pretty much just like getting ready to hunker down and relive his entire life again, and then just catch up with everybody when he actually gets back to the ship the long way around.
No,
Okay.
Just brute
we'll
force.
get you back. But there's something else. Have you seen the crow?
The
The
crow?
raven?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I love the Raven. I mean, I haven't met them, but their guns are great.
I look at his blinking red gun and back at him.
Can I push the button now?
What? No, you never pushed the red blinking button. I'm saying you should get the gun
Aw.
fixed.
Oh. Oh yeah. All right. Library. The Raven. Fight the aliens again.
Well,
Okay.
no, find a spell to go to the future to the Raven and get your gun fixed. Then come back here. I gotta explain everything. My brain hurts. And what am I supposed to remember?
With that, brings us back to our cave side. Shio and Gaston. It comes down to the two of you in deciding: do you go forward into the frog moth directly, or do you retreat back out of the frog moth?
So they're gonna be a little delayed.
Well, we can't just go up to the middle of the frog moth and then challenge it. We're kind of depleted and half the party erased themselves. Something.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
send you out on your own, says Smile. You could rest here at least until you recoup the necessary nutritions to go out there and face it yourselves. In fact, if you were to defeat it, it would benefit me greatly.
I'm gonna pull myself together and slap the frog guy. I mean, how big can it be? Look at these frogs. They ain't that big.
You do see good old Smoochy Poo there. Froghemoth can easily swallow half of it, though only half of it. That is still an impressive feat.
So it can swallow you whole is
Oh,
half? Bite you in half?
I mean,
You're
if we
not
could eat half of that, I'm thinking like a nibble. Maybe I can choke it out from the inside. I'll hold on to its uvula or something.
Look, we lost 2 people to being devoured by by a creature here. Let's not go for 3 is.
You could just
But
have another is.
But perhaps resting here and waiting for them to sort out their nonsense might be best.
I have I have a question concerning like where are
Say that again.
Yeah, you cut out.
so how are they doing?
Oh, they're fine. One died, but he came back, and now they're healed. And now we're in my office, chatting with the Dean of Order, who is much younger and much better looking. And
That's our classmate Lorraine. You can't say things like that. That's sexual harassment.
what?
We went over this in the sexual harassment course.
There's nothing sexual about it. I'm just saying she looks a lot healthier than her 3,000-year-old version.
Oh, I heard
was a
you say
section.
hotter. Sorry.
Oh,
There was a sexual harassment course?
Yeah, it's
didn't
part of
go?
orientation.
oh, wait. This was before I implemented that. Right.
Oh, so the 70s style.
This is before the invasion.
This is
So they're not
why he
even.
implemented it.
Yeah.
How long ago so how long ago is that parallel?
Ooh, that's. I don't even know. There's a lot of recursive time stuff. More than a little, less than a lot.
Like
Spoken like a
many
true
years?
oracle.
Is my question, because if it's more than 10,
If
but
it's
less
a
than,
younger Dean of Order, the secretary's here, right? Can we get the records for the time the Dean of Order served at school?
Mhm.
She's been there for a long time.
The Dean of Order has existed since pre his Oracle. They have served 3 Oracles in their timeline, and the Dean of Order usually serves a total of 15 before they retire. If not take Oracleship, then before becoming an Archaic.
Okay, so
How
a long
fun is-
time.
Yes, a very long time.
I'm wondering if you're able to access the mail Moogle system.
The what?
Like the mail Moogle system?
Give him a bit
Yeah.
more clarification on its reach.
Remember when I sent that letter off to Shantoto?
Yeah.
And I opened a portal out of nowhere that a weird mole bat-like creature came out of.
You mean the one that you wouldn't let me eat?
Yeah.
Yes.
That. I'm wondering if we can actually open that, and if it's possible to just mail them over here.
Then put them in a box?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
mail them through the parallels.
I'll have the other me ask, or actually, I'll have me ask the. I'm asking them. I turned around on the other side. Hey guys, would you guys be comfortable be put in a box and shipped?
To the future?
Well, yeah. Or another plane. Anyway, we'll just say both.
Above game, to be
Um,
fair, Gaston does not know the full extent of how far the mail Moogle system can actually reach.
Oh, they want to know how big of a box.
I mean, just put them in coffins, right? Like, put them in coffins, because they're technically dead already, so you're just transporting corpses, right?
I guess.
They're-
How
they're
small of a
also-
box do you guys fit in?
They're also going to want payment, by the way.
Ooh, if they're at the old Strixhaven, then there's tons of money there. They can pay. Also,
they
send
put-
money back with us, and maybe artifacts.
You know I would never do that. How are my students going to find them then?
I know.
Oh, what do they
Had to
set for
try.
payment?
Typical gold. Premium though,
Um,
but nothing. Go ahead.
Gold, platinum, sometimes rare and expensive materials.
Like,
If it, like, they'll take anything valuable, pretty much.
oh, okay, that's easy. Is the plan to put them in a desert until they want water is the most valuable thing, and he'll pay in water. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys retreat back, or do you guys head forward?
I think we're gonna rest here.
Or rest
Take him
here.
up on his offer to rest
Yeah.
because we're pretty depleted.
I feel bad for
And-
this guy. He's like, these crazy people kept in here.
Yeah, we are kind of rude, but I guess the world should expect that of us.
Yeah.
I do think we should come up with a game plan after we rest, though. Like, if they can come back, that'd be great. But even if, in worst case, I remember our original plan was to seal away the Froggy Moth with my imprisonment spell.
Sure,
So,
we can't just go in there and tell him he's not special.
I mean,
should
if he's
settle
gonna be
down.
violent to us, we can seal him away. But if he'll let us pass, that'll be fine.
Alright.
So you guys take a rest. As you do, you guys fully recover. In doing so, allow me to describe a little bit of how the future will be played. As we move forward, 3 of you are in a original parallel. In such, moving forward, maps will be a split screen. You guys will see both maps. You guys will be able to see each other's vision if you want to, so when basically we flip to one side, it'll be like a boom, it'll light up. The other side will get dark. And you guys could definitely experience what they're going through. Excuse me, I just keep having build up the phlegm. I just cannot shake this shit. As you witness both sides of the story, they will affect one another. Though they might be completely different scenes, different scenarios, and different RPs, they will all play a factor into interconnecting to the origin reason of why this had to happen and why it is you all in the end of it. And we will connect them all together into one big storyline that we have all been a part of for a very long time. With such, I appreciate you guys and your RP and banter in and out and constantly ahead. And I thank the Pirate Bros for continuously failing together to make things possible in a very organic way, without it ever feeling very forceful or eroded. You guys have told your own story so gracefully on your own, not knowing that it went so well with the narrative before you. So thank you. With that, I have revealed a little bit of new art to some of the others. And I will be producing a new set of rules that will go along with this parallel collision that is happening. There will be ways that the liches will be able to influence your guys' parallel to make things easier. For the things you will face with less members will be a hindrance, but also be backed by what their efforts are happening in their past parallel. Every time they do something successfully or they sway something in their favor, something conveniently works against your guys' enemy, or that bad roll might successfully hit instead. Those boons will be wildcarded and held by the DM, but every single time one side succeeds, the other gains. As for communication, that will become clear and just as Iz continues to briefly at this time narrate. The Day Liches do have the ability to communicate with all of you. They are just going to have to be reminded by Iz, in which we will narrate in a play-by-post moment where I go over the new rules to the 3 of them, as they will be the ones experiencing the split. The rest of you guys are absolutely encouraged to continue to interact with them as if they were just by your side, because everything they do will still affect you, and vice versa. And the beauty of it all is that you guys will see a complete story from the very beginning and at the very end, explained hopefully half of itself, as the rest may still be a mystery due to a lack of discovery or general rolls of findings. Any questions?
Nope, I'm kind of excited for this.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
I hope you guys have a great one. And until next week, Tasari is not going to be expecting this, so I hope that when they do rejoin us, it will be a very interesting moment. As one side will have 4 and the other will have 3.
Yep, can't wait to thank her for almost getting us eaten.
Until next time,
I'm
you
really
guys.
hoping.
Uh-huh.
I'm so sorry. I did actually have a question.
Okay.
Did the little gallstone guy come with us when we jumped in the portal? Since he was tied to my chest.
He's just
Oh,
not.
yeah.
He's just not what he was before, and you guys have yet to give it the attention to discover what it is now.
Oh, hell yeah.
It also went through the
I'm
far
saying next
realms.
time.
It's a Dean of Order. It's all coming full circle.
We created Lorraine.
Lorraine is the evil gallstone. I knew it.
She actually toned it down in time.
No wonder it started insulting them right off the bat.
Yep.
No
I
wonder our
remember
instinct
you
was to
little
adopt it and not kill it.
It's like that galaxy brain moment when you connect it.
I'm
genius.
I'm just hoping that if you guys if we actually do go the mail route, you somehow figure out a way to contact them.
We
Yeah,
shall
it's gonna-
see.
Considering Gaston's the only one who knows how to do it.
About to say we might have to get you
Or is-
over there so you can mail them back.
Oh yeah, maybe someone on campus will know how to use the system.
Well, that's why I was asking how long ago was it?
Good hint would be starting with the Dean of Order.
Because if
Yeah.
it was long, if it was too long, then Gaston would not have been able to contact the Moogles. Because he most likely
Well-
wouldn't have been there yet.
I do have an idea for that. We could have we could send a package to that point in time and then have them slap a return to sender.
Hmm.
But then we might get caught with the fee, and I don't know if we have anything on us here that
Iz is almost naturally rich, and he always at least has 500 gold on him at all times.
Yeah, she is the treasurer.
I don't know the actual conversion rate here between Gil and gold.
Well, nonetheless, there is at least enough funds to get certain expeditions done a la carte with paid services. They just don't ever spend anything. It's really weird, I guess, because they think they're so cool at the school. They could just steal shit. I mean, they steal shit. They don't even ask for stuff. It's really crazy. They rob from their own campus. It's not, I don't know. They have very
Not
bad
Yeah,
robbing
behavior.
from the own
Speaking of
campus.
that, I wanted to rob Iz's office while I'm there.
We need this for
Sleight of
reasons.
hand.
As long as he has to fight off the paperwork, I'm fine with it.
Let's
If he
see.
actually finishes paperwork, I'll reward him with it. It's not even stealing.
We don't have regular merchants.
gets
They keep
beat to
showing
shit.
up and
Paper cuts
disappearing.
galore. He's just like, "Ah!" This is some
You know
fierce
what?
work.
It's worth a lucky.
Okay.
So
Buried or not buried? That is the question.
It should be an
God.
advantage
Oh my god, twice.
Oh.
because
so
of
I'm gonna
permanent haste.
I'm gonna say right now,
Damn.
I was still at full health, and the only thing I really needed was to start initiative, so that I could activate
Are
the
you?
thing that gives me back all of my focus. But if we're taking this long rest, I'll take it.
Yeah, I
It's
needed the
so-
spell slots so I could put up the barrier for the mist when we get up there. I only had
Yeah,
like
that's
high level
right.
spell slots and it would have run out pretty quickly. And it didn't really show all the things I got back though. Like I know for a fact I was out of a 5th level spell slots, but it didn't say it. It's weird.
Check if you have a 5th level spell slot.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I got my 5th levels back. It's weird. Or maybe I'm gaslighting myself. Who knows?
Also, I love that we were called out on. Yeah, you guys are acting very nonchalantly here.
Danger is something we live in constantly, so we kind of just normalized it. It's not healthy, for sure. The one therapist we saw kicked us out.
It's
Well,
kind of
let-
like
let me
troops have been in
explain-
the battlefield too long. That's the new normal.
Let me explain why Gaston's acting nonchalantly about this.
What's
His
that?
flaw. Most people scream and run when they see a demon. I stop and take notes on its anatomy.
So you're just
He's
like
studying us.
I'm not studying you. I'm studying Seg and Web. Web. Fuck.
Well, that's a good idea. We'll be fighting AZEREP sometime in the future. He swore revenge upon us or something.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we can take him.
It was the
He
first.
swore revenge. He swore revenge on you. I had nothing to do with it.
That's not
Yeah,
even.
liches don't really care. They only see destruction.
Well, with that, we will hold it there. And we will continue next week. I will drop a bit of lore to everyone on what's come to known. And then others will have more information that are in the other parallel of origin. And we will continue to develop the story from there. I hope you guys have been having fun, and we will continue to make it exciting with new ways and new methods always happen. Have a good night, and until next time.
Have a good night,
Yeah,
everyone.
great. Goodbye, everybody.
See you next week.